the YepYeahYes podcast with Marissa and Tim. Look, I'd rather be a gambler than a weedhead. I walked in, sat down, had to leave, and violently vomited.
I'm not going down that hole. I'm not. Don't even try me. Not today, Satan. Not today. I value my friendship.
Oh, you're the cream, and the coffee is life. You bring cream to my life.
Ooh, I'm not sure.
Once a week for an hour.
Hello, Marissa.
Hello there, Tamika.
Welcome to the last week of March. And so we roll on. What a month it's been.
Are you marching?
It's the month of March, third month of the year. Spring is in the air. The weather is beautiful. The birds are chirping. The bees are singing. The squirrels are hopping from tree to tree. And all is right with the world.
Okay.
So today's topic, spreading rumors versus gossiping. What's worse? What's worse? So I before we get into this, I just wanted to, I had to go to the dictionary because I'm like, what is the definition? Like you would think to yourself, okay, like rumors and gossip are the same thing.
Okay.
But they are, but they aren't. So I said, let me go to the dictionary and kind of really, put it out there what it is. So I'm going to pull it up.
According to Webster?
Merriam-Webster.
Merriam-Webster.
So according to Merriam-Webster, a rumor is talk or opinion widely disseminated with no discernible source, a statement or report current without known authority for its truth. Archaic version, talk or report of a notable person or event. And then a soft, low, indistinct sound, a murmur. I guess that's like when you're like whispering. I guess that's what I don't know. Or is to tell or spread a rumor. And then gossip is a person who habitually reveals, you know what, my screen is in the way. Okay.
A person who habitually reveals personal or sensational facts about others. Oh!
The worst gossip in town. Yeah. Want to finish it?
Rumor or report of an intimate nature. A chatty talk, the subject matter of gossip. Their breakup was common gossip. That's used in a sentence. Right. It's funny because I thought gossip didn't have to be true. I guess, according to Merriam, gossip is true or sensational.
It says rumor. It says rumor or report. So it can be either or. Gossip, rumor or report of an intimate
nature.
A person who habitually reveals personal or sensational facts about others. A chatty
Interesting.
Talk. So have you ever gossiped?
1,000%. Yes.
Tell me some gossip. You love to call me and be like, I got gossip.
Why you gotta put me on blast? Why you gotta put me on blast?
No, but it's never really like gossip.
What is it then?
Huh?
Then what is it?
It's like, it's not because it's like, I guess it is gossip if it falls into this line of category, but it's not like, oh my God. You know what I mean? It's just, it's like, guess what's going on with whatever.
With people you don't know.
Right. Yeah. Half the time, I don't even know who these people are.
I know. Yeah, but you know how sometimes you just gotta talk things out, and I'd rather talk to somebody who has like, you don't know these people I'm talking about, so it's better to talk to you.
Yeah. Now, what about so like I have a pretty close family, and we all gossip about each other to each other, and then it gets back to us. But we don't get mad because we're like, whatever. Like, if you don't want nobody to know, then don't say nothing.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing when it comes to gossip. Like, if you don't want people to know your personal business, do not say. Like, I have some pretty strong secrets that only Tamika knows. My cousins don't know. My friends don't know. My mother, my dad, nobody knows. I know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to know about it. I don't want other people to be gossiping about it. And so if you don't want people to use the information about you for fodder, then keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
You know, and that goes for social media too. Like, I don't need to know, like, if you think you're like the greatest baker in the world and you post a cake and the cake looks nasty, be ready for, and criticism comes back to you, how people were saying your cake looked nasty, you shouldn't have posted it if you
But
wasn't
what
ready.
if you thought it came
No,
out good?
you could, but whether you thought it came out good or not, you put it out there for others to judge it one way or the other.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I always think about The View, the TV show The View. Joy Behar always says the reason why they never win best talk show host is because there's always somebody to hate. Like, somebody loves this person, hates that person. So,
Yeah.
and that to me is like gossip. It's like, when the topic at hand, there's always room for interpretation. There's always room for
Yeah.
somebody to be like, that motherfucker. And then there's another somebody else and be like, no, I have no problem with that. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
it just continues on its merrily way.
I did that. I've done that.
What?
Back in my early days. I was giving my opinion on something, thinking I was like, I was talking to my two cousins, thinking I was talking as a sounding board. And one of these said cousins turned around and said what I said, not quite verbatim, but with a different connotation. So it came out very seedy. I did say it though. So I guess I need to just own it. But turned around and told the other person I was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever been on the receiving end where, okay, so like, you have a relationship with somebody, right? And you think it's good, like you think it's like a good relationship. Like, y'all open, have a good communication, like that, right? And then you talk to somebody else. It's like, that bitch be talking about you all the time. Like, she don't like you, or he don't like you,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
How have you dealt with that? Because obviously the gossip is going around you and you don't even realize it. And until one day, the person that told you really don't like you either. Because why? What was the purpose of that?
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of that. But
So tell us about it. It's
um
way too intimate.
no, it's not way too intimate. I can't remember exactly how it came about, but it was like, she talks about you, right? And I'm like, what? Really? Like, yeah, she talks really bad about you. Like, well, what does she say? She says blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Well, I'm not telling you for you to get all mad. No, I'm not mad. I'm just interesting. Okay. And then you know how like your whole demeanor changes. We're like, I don't know if I believe them or not, so let's see how this plays out. And then all of a sudden it's just like you just act different. And people know when you act different. And
Right.
it's like, you're strange, you change. What's wrong with you? Nothing. Nothing. And then you just, like they whittle out of your life. I've also been like, oh my gosh, I feel like this has happened so many times. um I don't know, like I have another cousin who can't stand the fuck out of me, but still like swears that we're ace boon coons, like talk shit, like mad shit all the time.
Right.
But I'm like, I don't know, it's tough. These are things are really
Especially when
tough.
you're family, it's like, you
Yeah.
start something, now it's the whole family thing.
Yeah. And it's like, and everybody knows it too. They're like, what I'm like, everybody knows she doesn't like me. She's like, she can't fucking stand me. And I know it. But in the same conversation, she'll be like, we're so close, we do everything together.
I hope she's not watching, because if she is, she knows exactly who she is.
You think?
Usually when me and you were talking, I'm like, who are you
Yeah.
talking about? But this particular person, I know exactly who you're talking about. And it's like, okay.
Can't fucking stand me. Yeah.
I don't know. I've been in a situation with a friend, and someone told me that they asked her, why do you hang out with her? And she was like, well, if I say what it is, then everybody's gonna know who I'm talking about. So I'm just not gonna. She said she gave the reason why, which was a plausible reason. Okay, it made sense as to why she and I were hanging out, right? But it didn't make sense. Like our personalities were not compatible. You know what I mean?
That's happened to you, to me, about me.
It's not
There
you.
have been
It's not you.
no, I'm saying there have been friends that come to you, well, one particular that came to you like, I don't even know why y'all hang out. Like, I don't like her.
Okay,
I'm
we
like,
know.
yeah.
But anyway, so with this particular friend, my way of handling it, I'm like one of those weird people that like ask questions, but I won't give up. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just not gonna let it go. And then we're both uncomfortable. And then
Wait a
I'm
minute. I need more
so basically,
details.
so
I feel like
I said to this person, I was like, so do you think we only hang out because of this? And then like, no. It's like, really? Oh, there's people that think that. Really? So that jogs their memory like, okay, the only person that would think that was the person I had that conversation with. You know what I'm saying? So
uh-huh.
my way of handling it, instead of just coming right out and asking, did you tell that motherfucker that you only fuck with me because I'll say everything else. I'll be like, do you think that we hang out because of, without naming that person? So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
jogs their memory that, and this is just an example, you know, but the problem with that is that they have been having conversations, gossiping about relationships and about me and how I, whatever, my medical, like it was just crazy. So my thing with gossip is that it's never good. Nobody ever gossips like, man, she's doing so great. She like won a lot of.
Because it's not called gossip. It's called, like, tirando flores. Like throwing flowers, giving accolades. Like, that's not called gossip.
But it's so the thing said, it's person who habitually reveals personal or sensational facts about others.
Sensational.
I mean,
Hmm.
I don't got no sensational facts about me that I could. I mean, but it's all relative because what one person's sensation is another's.
Yeah.
That ain't shit.
Another's Tuesday.
Yeah. So now, what about rumors? Have you ever been the subject of a rumor that was not true?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, I'll give you for one. Fucking retired Lieutenant Colonel Awesome made an offhand comment to a cousin of ours, because it was like, this is obviously, of course, like way, way back in the day. It was something like, "Oh, how's your sister? Haven't heard from her." And he thought it was hilarious, but it wasn't. It became gossip, became a rumor. He was like, "Oh, she's just some pregnant stripper somewhere," and it was like, and they took his words like valid, to the point that when I saw them, they were like, "Are you pregnant? Are you a stripper?" And I'm like, "I'm neither of those. First of all, why are you asking me that?" And they're like, "Oh, well, Lieutenant Colonel Awesome made mention that, I don't know, she's a pregnant stripper somewhere." Like, bro, why the fuck would you say that? And he's like, "I don't know, because you don't fucking call nobody." That's not how you handle that question. Like, just didn't say, "I don't know." I don't know. I haven't spoken to her.
I
And
I
what
I so
and
go ahead.
we worked in the same industry, different music labels,
Right.
and we had someone called you about me, and I was like, that's so not
And
even the
you did it
case.
with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. Like, that's so not even the case. And it's like, but then when I call them on it, because it was like, no, this is stupid. This, like, I'm not friends with them like that, so I really don't care. It was like, oh, he said he didn't say that, and you're calling him a liar? No, I'm fucking calling you a liar. You said it. You said it. They called her about it. It's ridiculous.
And that's the thing. Like that was one of the things about us working in the same industry and people not knowing that we were friends.
Yeah, real friends.
Yeah, like not just like
I know
yeah,
her.
I run into her at different shows. It's like, no,
No.
she's my +1.
Yeah, the reason I'm here is because of her.
It's like one of the craziest rumors for me in that industry. So there was like this rumor that I was sleeping with this one guy, right? I mean, just because I grabbed his balls in front of everybody in the club, that doesn't mean that you're like, you're like, I was drunk. I had an off night. It was, ball grabbing, does that equate to sex? I guess not really.
Aw,
I mean, today I would never do that. Obviously, I'm older,
you're
and
just
it's a
shaking
different.
his elephant.
I'm not trying to be me too'd. And this guy, he wouldn't me too me right now. I just don't think he would. He's not like, you know. But the things that you do can also have an effect on how rumors get. People just be bored and they be making shit up just off of
Yeah.
nothing. You know what I mean?
You know what? It could have been like somebody saw that and they're relaying this to someone like, Tamika just grabbed some of his balls. What are they sleeping together? I don't know, maybe. Oh, I was just talking to Tamika.
But, and then they
da-da-da.
see them together all the time and they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like not
You don't grab somebody's balls in the middle of some place if you're not sleeping with them.
right. And God, like it's funny, like I've done it to gay guys and it's like, I know you're gay. Like I'm just
The fact that you've done this more than once.
I had an
The
issue.
fact that you've done this more than once.
I have done it more than once. I wrote a blog post about it years ago. Look it up. During I think it was Trump's first year, because remember it was the grab him by the pussy. So I think my post was called "I Grab Too." So, but yeah, that was those were times. So now those are crazy times.
I grab too.
I grab too. I think we used to call it grabitis too.
Grabitis.
Between me and you, that was like our phrase.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't grab. I was always grabbing. I don't know what's wrong with me. I was just
Not
drank too
me.
much, and then I just like I was enthralled with the junk. Like I just it was like
Mm-hmm.
I had an issue. Now I'm just like an old lady. Like I don't know.
Come here, son. Let me grab
Yeah.
them nuts.
Yeah, show me what you got. Come over to grandma. Anyway. So now I think one of the like that stuff happened in the early 2000s. And so
Right.
now I think we're in an era, and this is before social media. We had two ways, but that was our social media and email.
And there was no pictures attached to it.
Right.
Thank
Like,
God.
it was so hard to send a picture back then and be like,
Yeah, all
let
grainy
me
and
scan
shit.
it through the computer, upload it, and then by then you're like,
Forget it. They don't need to see it. Thank God.
We have some good pictures though from back then. You know, we took some pictures and it was nice because if we were at an industry party, you go on a certain website and look for your picture, and so that was nice. So now like today with the social media, it's like everything is a fodder. Just recently there was the thing with Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez. Like, did they break up? Did they not?
They're working
Like
through
it's
something.
rumor and gossip at the same
Yeah.
time. And they like issued a statement through their rep saying that we're working on ourselves, or I don't know. It's like weird, but we're all there for it. I did have before we get into this next segment that I think probably focus a little bit on pop culture and you know those mofos. I have this video I want to show. Selma Hayek talking about gossip and the effects that it can have. Share my screen.
We have to think of gossiping and putting people down, not as something cool to do, because it's not even about the person they're talking about. It's people desperate for attention that are using putting people down just to have some kind of attention and voice, and it's really ugly and desperate. I understand a lot of people are desperate to have an opinion, but find something more interesting to have an opinion about. Anybody can have an opinion on a skirt, on or somebody getting drunk and making a fool of themselves. It doesn't make you any special that you have an opinion on that. If that's the best thing that you can have an opinion on, something's terribly wrong with your life. Well, you should be looking at your life before you start looking at the others. And it should be looked almost as an alcoholism or something. You have to go, you have to look, you have to say something mean. There's something terribly wrong with this picture. And because everybody's doing it, you think it's okay. It's not. It's corrupting your brain.
So the bystander revolution is like organization where I guess their aim is to prevent bullying, especially for young people.
Yeah.
And she's got a lot of valid points, but how do you change that? How do you stop? You know, I don't think most people that gossip are mean spirited. It's just like, look, times is hard right now. You know what I mean? Let me not focus on my bullshit. Let me focus on Marissa and what's going on in her life.
Yeah.
Because my shit is so fucked up right now that I would rather focus on the next person's situation because it gives me a refresher. When it starts getting into the mean spirited, like she was talking about, then it's like,
Right.
you know,
It stinks because it's like I have like three different thoughts when looking at that clip. One, why can't my face ever be that pretty? Like she's just so gorgeous. Two, I've talked about people on this podcast and given my opinion. And then three, it's like, yeah, I strive not to be negative, and that's not my intention to ever be negative and pull somebody down. But we're talking about things, pop culture and things out there. So of course, like my opinion always isn't going to be positive. So it's hard. But at the same time, you know, the lay person in our everyday lives, I don't really do that. I mean, I'll call you about like, you go listen to this shit about some chick at work, but you don't know them, you know, but
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. Is it tough? No, it's not.
What about it do you think is tough?
No, I'm saying, is it tough? No, it's not. It's not tough. It's not tough. You know, your opinion on something like in social media and pop culture, like I don't find that to be like pulling somebody down or negative. Like I've made mention about Jennifer Lopez constantly, and she don't fucking know who I am. She's never gonna hear my opinion on her. So I feel like it doesn't really matter. It'll never matter. My opinion on her will never matter.
Right.
But my opinion on like if I'm talking shit to people at work about people at work, now there's a
So now
problem.
here's the thing, because me and you were just just two friends chatting once a week on a podcast, and there are people that happen to listen in, right?
Right.
And what you just said is interesting because you're saying what you're saying about Jennifer Lopez doesn't matter. She don't like she's basically she ain't thinking about you.
Yeah.
Problem with that is that the little pockets. So we, like I said, we have this podcast and we had the one clip about the Kardashians. It's a 60-second clip where you're talking about them and how Chris, you know, kind of molded them into who they are. 60 seconds. No more, because these clips that I make, you know, 60 seconds. There 3 million people viewed that clip. So my thing is like, okay, has that now gone from just two friends chatting about the Kardashians to now we have an effect, so much so that thousands of people had to comment whether or not they agreed, disagreed, you're a piece of shit, mind your business, stop gossiping. And so that's how it spreads. So it can, that little thing like that can touch so many people. And so this little conversation right here is great because nobody's paying attention in the moment. The
Right.
moment it's uploaded, it's fair game, and then we become part of the gossip chain.
I feel like this is a coming to Jesus moment.
I mean, we are what Selma Hayek is talking about. Like just, but, and we're not making no money off of this. Like, how is this benefiting us? We out here begging for donations and shit. we need a microphone. We don't, I mean, we're not begging, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, how are we not part of the fodder? We contributing to the, how are we not contributing to the problem? And if we are, who cares, right? Do we care?
No, of course we care. I care.
So you're going to change the topics each week? Are we not going to talk about celebrities and our opinions about it? Am I not going to go into the next part where I say, let's talk about these people?
Listen, this is your topic, your week. I feel like we're having to come
So
into
you're not,
Jesus
yeah, but
right now.
it's a
I
double,
don't know.
it's a conversation.
I don't know. I really just don't know.
What
I don't
don't
know
you know?
because I feel like one clip, 3 million people, 3 million views, thousands of, yes, one clip. I still feel completely insignificant. I feel like my opinion is not part of the chain.
Then we have another clip. It's only one view, and it was probably me to make sure we look right. So I don't know. I mean, we could be significant and sometimes and insignificant other times, you know, but does that mean that we change, you know, who we are and what we do on the show? Anyway, moving on. I'm sharing the screen about so these mofos. So I have a picture of Prince Andrew. I don't think we have enough time to talk about everything, but we'll try. We'll try to fit it all in. Prince Andrew, Kim and Kanye, Sweetie and Quavo, a picture of sports, and then Zoe Kravitz. I can't remember her ex-husband, soon to be ex-husband's name is, and a picture of the Versus TV logo. So where do you want to go first?
Prince Andrew.
So the gossip, the rumor rather, is that he was sleeping with underage girls. It becomes gossip when it starts to spread and everybody knows about it. Now, oh, if the gossip leads to him, like in the picture is him with one of the girls and Ghislaine Maxwell, Ghislaine, I don't know how to say her name, who's currently in jail. If it leads to her imprisonment and possibly Prince Andrew, you know, sanctioned in some way.
But
Is
didn't
that
that
good
girl
gossip?
but didn't that girl make a statement that she was like the girl that he's hugging up against? She's made statements and allegations against him
Yeah.
herself.
There was on a Netflix special that's out right now on Netflix. She was in it.
Mm,
But right now, nothing has happened to him, but Ghislaine is in jail. So
right.
the rumor that became gossip, is it a good thing because it's leading to a conviction?
Right.
And then what was the guy's name? The guy that orchestrated the whole thing and killed himself. Um, Damn, I can't remember his name. It's probably a good thing. Anyway, he killed himself, and so it's like these are the repercussions. This is this when gossip and rumors go good?
Yes.
So it's possible, right?
Possible.
Possible. All right. So like Kim and Kanye. So the rumor is that they are getting a divorce. I don't
Right.
think they've issued a statement to that fact. It's just, you know, they lawyered up and they're getting a divorce.
I still have
Us
hope.
talking about it is gossip. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I still have hope that they're not getting divorced because I just
Why?
can't because I can't imagine either of them with anyone else. He deals with things that I feel like she's only, you know what? I don't know them. I don't care. I just want them together. Um, but yeah, neither of them have made full statements, so it is rumor.
What about Saweetie and Quavo?
Oh, how she's saying that he cheated. He's saying she didn't. He says that he didn't. She says he did.
Right. And then there's the rumor that he took back the Bentley that he got her or whatever car. I think it was a Bentley. He took it back.
That always happens when people break up.
Now, so how are these rumors with these relationships, even with the Zoe Kravitz getting a divorce? It's like it has no effect on our life, but it's like
We're still talking about
we're
it.
still talking about it. Interest us.
So okay, so Quavo and Sweetie, I don't care. Um, although I thought they made a good couple, but I don't care. She's gorgeous. Um, love everything about her. She'll find somebody. Him, same thing. I love everything about him. I think he's has a very over the top personality, and I like that. I find that very appealing. So he'll find somebody else. Both of them are so over the top that together, while it was good while it lasted, it wasn't gonna. I
And
don't
they're
think it
that
had.
young. Like really?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now Zoe and her soon to be ex husband.
They weren't married long.
I don't know enough about him to comment on him, but her, I just find her so like, I don't know. I can't imagine what her home life is like. Like, could you imagine like Lenny Kravitz is your dad?
Lisa Bonet is your mom,
Is your
and
mom?
then was the guy Aquaman
Fucking Aquaman.
is your stepfather? Like what the hell?
Exactly. Can you? It's so bohemian. It's such a bohemian paradise that I can't even imagine her with someone who like. I don't know. I don't know.
Now I put up the sports thing because this week it was the NBA trade deadline, which was on
Okay.
Thursday, and so it was all these trade rumors. So rumors that certain athletes are going to go play for another team, get traded to another team. Um, rumors that can be good for a team, one way or the other, but bad for the player because they don't have any say. And what if they like where they're playing?
Oh, didn't that happen to uh, I was gonna say the Crunk, not Crunk,
Gronk?
Gronkowski.
What about him?
Didn't he say that he was having a rumor that, oh, I'm retiring, you can't trade me, so they decided not to trade him, and then he ended up staying on the Patriots another year?
Yeah,
He,
probably. It sounds like something he would do, and that a lot of yeah. It's like crazy. It's like when you are the athlete and you make trade rumors kind of work for you. So those rumors are, they're good or bad. It's just they're fun. They're fun
right.
rumors, I would say. And then the
But now,
versus one, I put. What were you gonna say?
what about bad sports rumors?
Well, see, there was this one Yankee player who he was out in the outfield, right? Um, he heard he was getting traded. The camera zooms in on him and he's bawling hysterically in the middle of the game. They had to tell him, bro, you're not getting traded. You're fine. They ended
Ooh.
up trading him like 2 years later,
Oh my god.
but it's like I
That's
like I don't know. They make so much
terrible.
money. Like I don't have any whatever.
Yeah.
It's part of the game, like you might fit somewhere this year and next year, you're better fit somewhere else. I think um if you're going to be an athlete, a professional sports athlete, you have to
Hmm.
be ready to travel and live, not have home roots until, till you near the end,
Right.
you know? Like there's a guy on the Knicks that just got traded, Austin Rivers. His wife just had a baby last week and he got traded on Thursday.
But it's also part of the package that you sign up for.
Right. And I don't,
So
he's making 6 million a year. So whatever, you know,
I don't feel bad.
get a private plane, fly her and the kids out and you'd be fine. Like
Yeah, like I make $6 a year, so I really don't
yeah,
care.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Then we have the verses. The one with that to me is like the rumors of who's going to be on the next one. Um, I just want an
The-
opportunity to show love to SWV, who will be
yeah.
on one of the verses against Escape. I don't even
Oh,
know how is that even a battle.
that is an all love fest, first of all. That is, listen, mommy's on her grown wine juice. Leave me alone for about 2 hours and let me vibe it. Let me
But
vibe.
does Escape even have enough songs to go against SWV?
No, no. So let me vibe. Just let me vibe for 45 minutes.
But
Let me
somebody
vibe.
said that they can also put up songs that they've written for other people.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah, I think Candy and Tiny wrote like one of the Mariah songs, one of her big hits, and then they
Yeah.
wrote some Destiny Child songs. So, and don't forget Tardy for the Party. If they play that song, I'm gonna be like,
You know they're gonna.
they're not gonna play that. They're not gonna. But then they have like on Easter they have Earth, Wind and Fire versus the Isley Brothers.
Listen,
So
I'm telling you right now, if you and I ever get a reality show, I will be the singer of the two of us. I'm coming out with my own Tardy for the Party. I don't know what it will be, but Candy's gonna write me something and I'm gonna be terrible on the vocals, but it is gonna be my jam. Just giving it to the universe now.
okay. Well, so anyway, that should be an interesting what do you call it? Interesting verses coming up. And the rumor, what they did is they put out a list of like for the next couple of months over the summer,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't know. They have the names blurred out, so we don't know who they are. So there's all these rumors of who's it going to be, who's on the next verses, and
Who
so
knows? There might not even be a real list, but trying to see what people want.
you know, the ink is not dry quite yet.
Is it ever?
Yeah, sometimes.
Interesting.
Depends on what kind of pen you're using. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the pen that you're using, whether or not the ink is indeed dry.
Oh my gosh.
On that note, let's do a what do you call it? A quick transition to my favorite segment next to yours. It's time for Tarika's thoughts. Holla. One of the constant themes that keeps replaying in the media is this is not who we are. This is not who America is. President Biden reiterated that phrase for the upteenth time again during his first press conference. It's a phrase that annoys the hell out of me because it is exactly who America is. Maybe if Americans took our collective heads out of our asses and cop to the fact that we are a greedy nation that stole from natives, forced slavery upon people from another land, burned and killed those that opposed our ideas, treated women like they were only made to breed, and only allowed immigrants who had something to financially offer us into our borders with ease, well, then maybe we can begin to say, this is not who America is. When there are mass shootings, when there is a coordinated effort to suppress the votes of Black and Brown people, when equality is not extended to the LGBTQ community, when, when, when. I'm tired. Have a good weekend, y'all. Marissa, where can they catch us?
YepYeahYes 18 on Instagram and Twitter, the YepYeahYes podcast on Facebook. Any streaming device that broadcasts podcasts, all you have to do is say said device, play the YepYeahYes podcast.
And we're just so you guys know, we've raised nearly almost enough money for the headphones. I think this is the last push. Marissa, how are you looking on getting the mask out to people that
They'll be out next week.
all right, great. So you guys look for that in the mail. And thank you all for supporting us. I want to give a special shout out to Frizzy Woe, who seems to give us a weekly donation.
Thank you.
He calls it reparations. We call it love and thanks. And thank you all for the support. And yeah, we'll catch you next time. Thank y'all.
Bye.
Bye.